So this is Lucas Rivers, a graduate student at the University of Memphis in engineering technology, and this is a project that he worked on just recently finished up. You want to talk about it, Lucas?
Yeah, so this project was more of a design exercise to get experience with dealing with industry standards, get some experience with FEA.
Finite element analysis.
Yes.
And you used, this conforms to an ISO safety standard, is that right?
Yes. It doesn't officially.
Okay,
but
designed to conform.
Yes. I used finite element analysis to get a good idea and have some evidence that it will likely pass the standard tests. Basically getting the product as if I was getting a product ready to go to the testing stage.
A prototype, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So did you, what parts did you make on this and what parts are purchase parts?
So on the pedals, I made everything except for things like the radial shaft seals, bushings. There's a manufacturer which made end caps, which fit the bearings I used already, so I purchased those, and the traction pins.
Okay.
Other than that.
And you modified those?
Yes, I modified the end
caps.
caps to have it open. It's fully sealed.
All right. And so tell us about these.
So in order to fixture kind of weird shape, decided to go with soft jaws. So they allowed me to first set the stock on some parallels.
Start with the square stock
Yes.
and regular. I'm sitting on parallels.
Square stock on parallels. Mill the outer profile to a little under half thickness. Just leave a hat on the other side. And flip it over. Do the same operation and take that hat off.
Okay.
But I left the pockets to increase the press rigidity for milling operations on the perimeter.
So when you milled in this position, you still had material. You still had material inside here that would add support, so that you had a good solid setup. Was this design element to mask any of the seam in between the two sides?
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't look at it and think that it was actually doing anything like that. It's a very nice cosmetic touch there. All of the threads on here, they're all milled, and there's no tap used on any of this. It's all thread milled. So the thread mill is single point thread mill, right?
Yes, it's single profile thread mill.
Yeah. That would be these.
Which again helped with cost.
Now, what did you make the spindles out of?
So the spindles are made out of 17.4.
Precipitation hardening stainless steel.
Yep.
So 17.4, what is that?
17.4 is 17% chromium and 4% nickel.
Okay. And it's precipitation hardening. In other words, it also has some copper in there, right? So there's some elements in there when you, at the factory or at the mill, it's been heated up to an annealed condition, and the copper is all dissolved, and then as you precipitation harden, as you do an aging process, that comes out of solution and hardens the material. A little bit different mechanism than heat treating carbon steels. So how did you precipitation harden those?
So these are heat treated to condition H1025.
Okay. How do you achieve that?
Which is just 1,025 degrees Fahrenheit for 4 hours.
Okay. That's the aging process.
Which the highest hardness condition is 900 degrees for 1 hour.
Okay.
And the toughest condition is 1,150 for 4 hours.
Of course, you always have a trade-off between hardness and toughness.
Yes. So they're all very low, relatively temperature heat treating processes.
Yeah.
So you don't run into much issue with dimensional changes on
Very
finished
stable.
parts.
Yeah. And of course, you have to put it in a controlled atmosphere. How did you achieve that?
I use stainless steel heat treat bags.
Okay. Did you squirt argon in there? Did you fill it with argon, or did you?
No, I left it.
Okay. Just wondering. Well, because it doesn't look like there was any oxidation at all, so just very slight gold coloring. Yeah, you did a really nice job on milling the recess for the hex, and that's it fits really nicely. We don't have a metric Allen wrench handy, but it's a very nice fit. All right, overall, a really nice project, Lucas.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.